The Tide Documentary, a deeper dive into how this industry leader markets their products, by Carter McLean and Cole McDonald. When visiting Walmart in Cornwall, Tide products took up a large portion of the detergent section in the store. To my surprise, Tide did not have any facings and were When visiting Walmart in Cornwall, Tide products took up a large portion of the detergent section in the store. To my surprise, Tide did not have any facings and were in the middle of the aisle, and also took up all 4 shelving units from top to bottom. This could be considered a strange section for the highest selling detergent brand. I was able to ask the department manager why the brand did not have any facings, and they told me that the brand sold no matter where they placed it, and that the facings were often used to sell slow-moving products. When visiting Walmart in North Bay, the shelf location was identical to the facings in Walmart Cornwall. The Tide products took a large majority of the detergent section but were located in between its competing brands. The shelves looked full and were faced to perfection, with all of the Tide products taking up a large majority of the aisle, more so than any of the other locations. When visiting Independent in North Bay, the detergent sections were relatively smaller than those in both of the Walmart locations. However, Tide still took up a majority of the section and all products were faced very neatly. Big competitors to Tide were still present in the aisle but took up a much smaller section of the store. When visiting Independent in North Bay, the detergent sections were relatively smaller than those in both of the Walmart locations. However, Tide still took up a majority of the section and all products were faced very neatly. Big competitors to Tide were still present in the aisle but took up a much smaller section of the store. Sadly, there were no displays of Tide products in any of the 3 locations we visited. When asking department managers why that was the case, they all had the same answer. Tide products were only put on display if they had a sale going on during the week. When asking about any types of sale promotions, they said that the customers could bring in special coupons offered by the parent company Procter & Gamble to use for Tide products in their store. All 3 store locations were only offering online sales flyers, in which Tide products were not on sale during the week of the visits. The packaging for Tide products looks very professional. The brand is easy to spot with its bright orange color. Even the company's product innovations such as Tide Cold Water and Tide Simply Clean can be easily identified due to their bright colors. After doing some research, we found out that many of the large competing companies switch their packaging to bright colors to follow in Tide's footsteps. The 3 main competitors for Tide are Downy, Gain, and Purex. All 3 brands were present in each store we visited, and were also shelved very close to one another. The only real evidence that Tide is the industry leader came from the Cornwall location, where the Tide sections looked like they had been mostly bought up, and the competitor sections still looked relatively full. Since Tide has a wide range of products, we decided to only look into the regular detergent prices for each size and Tide and the competing brands. The 2.7 liter bottle of detergent from Tide goes for $27.99, while the smaller 1.09 liter bottle goes for $11.99. Gain could be seen as the cost leader compared to Tide, as the prices were cheaper for each size. 2.7 liter bottle went for $18.99 and the smaller 1.09 liter bottle went for $7.99. This was also the case for Downy and Purex, as both were offering cheaper prices than Tide. We decided against filming customers in the store, but our findings when in the store locations came as expected. There were more middle-aged to older people buying Tide products, and the students we saw shopping for detergent were looking for the cheapest option available.
Tide Basic alone sells over $1 billion a year in the US, and variants including Tide Simple Clean and Fresh, Tide Plus Downy, Tide Plus Febreze, and others contribute around another $800 million between them. In 2019 alone, the company had spent over $197 million in advertising. Hashtag TideAd was used more than 45,000 times and became the #2 trending topic on Twitter, second to the Super Bowl itself. And the campaign enjoyed more than 640 individual stories written about it in the media. According to Talkwalker, an analytics firm, Tide reigned champion of the internet if numbers are anything to go by. Tide saw a total of 163,800 mentions during the Super Bowl, with only 11,000 of those mentions including hashtag TidePod Challenge, helping to remove some of the negative PR they had received from people eating the Tide Pods. The Super Bowl, as is a huge investment for any company, but can pay off in the long run if executed correctly. Tide Basic alone sells over $1 billion a year in the US, and variants including Tide Simple Clean and Fresh. According to Talkwalker, an analytics firm, Tide reigned champion of the internet if numbers are anything to go by. Tide saw a total of 163,800 mentions during the Super Bowl, with only 11,000 of those mentions including hashtag TidePod Challenge, helping to remove some of the negative PR they had received from people eating the Tide Pods. The Super Bowl, as is a huge investment for any company, but can pay off in the long run if executed correctly. Tide sales promotions. When in the Walmart in Cornwall, Kerr didn't see any type of discount on Tide products. He asked why, and the department manager said that Tide products often are sold out at their set price. The same went for the Walmart in North Bay when I checked it out. At the Independent I visited, there was a flyer that advertised Tide Pods as well as advertising that coupons are available. Tide coupons can be found on their website, however, by signing up for the Procter & Gamble weekly newsletter. Tide sales promotions. Currently, Procter & Gamble don't offer any direct-to-consumer programs in Canada, as well as the rest of the world. The only city that had a direct-to-consumer program was in Atlanta. It was called the Tide Wash Club. The program delivered Tide Pods directly to consumers. It was offered as a subscription-based service priced at $15.99 to $20.99 depending on the size of the container purchase for each delivery. It was being tested in Atlanta in 2016, but shortly after the program began, it was scrapped. Currently, Tide's cause-related efforts. Tide has a Loads of Hope program. The program was created after Hurricane Katrina hit and has since helped over 50,000 people with essentials like clean clothes and personal care products. Tide states that they're committed to helping people rebuild their lives after disaster strikes. Tide offers people a chance to support this program by taking in clothes donations and offering a loyalty rewards program that gives donations to Loads of Hope and rewards points so customers get something in return for being a part of this donation loyalty program. Another spin-off of this Loads of Hope program was the Tide's Loads of Hope program powered by Tide Cleaners during the COVID-19 pandemic to help first responders and their families have clean clothes for their very busy schedules. Tide's current brand image is all about standing out while being bold and fresh. Tide shows this through its bright and full of energy packaging. The brand shows what it means to have fresh and clean clothes in the simplest way. All you have to do is throw your clothes in the laundry machine and let Tide products do the rest. Tide's goal is to keep up with this brand image as it is currently an industry leader, and they do not see a need to change that in the near future. Tide's current product innovation. Since the innovation of Tide Pods in 2012, the company has not had any new innovations since then other than adding new scents to pre-existing Tide products. Tide has taken the don't fix what's not broken approach and continues to sell out of all Tide products at regular prices consistently. Tide does a great job of advertising its brand from the local flyers all the way to Super Bowl ads. They hit all levels of attention in order to be one of the best laundry detergent brands in America. According to the Walmart department manager we asked, he said Tide products have no problem selling out at a regular price, showing that Tide's advertising and brand image is a leading brand in the laundry detergent industry. Something Tide did not do well in was the direct-to-consumer program, the Tide Wash Club. It obviously was not a success after being briefly tested in Atlanta. Tide has to improve the direct-to-consumer channel to compete with other brands doing the same. In order to improve, I would recommend that they offer Tide Pods on a subscription-based service again, but offer it across America, tie it into an online points reward system that can lead to gift cards and more. It should also offer the option to donate those points collected to the Tide Loads of Hope program to help others.